Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the start of another week. This is going to be a realistic vlog of someone who works full-time and also is trying to incorporate reading within my schedule. So today, that is Monday. It is my first day back from spring break. I am working this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday at home. I am going on site on Thursday. Reading wise, what I thought about doing is I want to maybe track how many pages I am able to read during this work week. I know I've done these kind of in the past, but it's been mostly just kind of over the full week and I don't know, that kind of thing. But I thought it'd be interesting to see, coming back from spring break with knowing I'm having a lot of actions and things that I have to do, kind of how much my reading is impacted by working full time. Now I know if I were working on site versus at my house, my reading amount would probably decrease, because being that I'm at my house in my home office with all of my books and my work computer that's right behind you, I'm able to kind of take breaks and do reading in between, you know, every couple of hours or so, take like a little 15-minute break. And then my lunch, I'm able to eat here. Whereas if I'm on site, there's a lot of people walking by, stopping by, wanting to chat. And so sometimes it's really hard to read while you're like actually at work. So I know this is very unique. Not really very unique, actually. There's a lot of people who work from home now. But I know this might not be the same situation as everybody, but this is kind of where I'm at right now. So I thought I would just track how many pages I read every day, just to see on a realistic work week how much reading I can get done. So the book that we are reading is One Dark Window. I just started last night. I flipped over to part 2, which is The Mist. I am on chapter 15, which is page 159. So I'm like 40% or so through this book. I'm actually doing this is going to be part of a vlog that you're going to already have seen. That would have been the previous video, I think. So I'll be giving my reviews to this book in that video. This is what we are reading. It's Monday. I do have a meeting in about an hour. So we're going to do some work again. Try to catch up on my to-do list and all that kind of stuff. That's all I have. So we're going to jump back into work and get ready for this next meeting. After the meeting, I'll take like a little 15-minute break and do some more reading and get today over. So let's see what we do. Hopefully meetings will be easy with no additional work that I have to put on my to-do list. All right, it is Tuesday. It is almost lunchtime, so I'm about halfway done with my work today, and I wanted to do a quick recap on how much I read yesterday. So yesterday I did work a full 10-hour day-ish. It was 9 hours, and then I had an hour workout, and then it was basically just me time. So I did have laundry and my kids I got to deal with, all that kind of stuff. I did not have any appointments, but I did do some reading. I did not do as much as I thought. So I'm still currently reading One Dark Window. I am now on chapter 26, page 219. So this is how much I have left. And going on to Goodreads, because this is a realistic reading week for working full time. And I wanted to see how many pages I read every day, knowing that I work full time, I have 2 kids, I have, married, responsibilities, all that kind of stuff. So if you're in the same boat as me, this is what you might be able to do if you're interested in trying to do your reading or increase reading or kind of figure out how much reading you might be able to do every day. So yesterday I was able to read 131 pages. Now, just for awareness, I try to read during my lunch break at work. During breaks, I'll try to take like periodic breaks throughout the day. but the majority of my reading I do at the end of the night. So last night I put my youngest to bed it was about 9 o'clock when she finally went to sleep. But I start reading about between 8 and 9 o'clock, depending on how long I can get nighttime routine done with my youngest kid. And so I do the majority of my reading after that time. So everyone else in my house is pretty much asleep and it's just me time. So last night, my youngest went to bed at about, I want to say 9 o'clock, but I think it was a little bit earlier than that. And my Apple Watch tracked my sleep. And so I went to bed I fell asleep at 11:05. So I had about 2 hours of reading time and I read 131 pages for the full day. So that's what we're going to start with. I do have, today is Tuesday, so I am actually about to get dressed and head into work because I have an in-person meeting that I have to go to right after lunch, which is fun. But I have that. I do have today, my youngest has an appointment that's 30 minutes long, and I do take my book to that appointment. So I will be doing for 30 minutes reading while she's in her appointment. And then that's the only thing I have going on for today. So I'll probably still get between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock some more reading. So I might be able to read a slightly more than 131 pages. So let me see how many pages. I'm on page 290 and there is, how many pages? 392 pages. So if I read 100 pages, I'll be able to finish this book today, which is amazing. So hopefully tomorrow's check-in, we will see that I am done with this book, and then we will start on our next book. So that's what we have, 131 pages on day 1 done. My goal is, I would love to say that I could read, we'll say 750 pages. It would be interesting if I could read 750 pages in 5 days. So that would equate to about 2 books during a work week, maybe. We'll see. That's what we're going to shoot for. We're going to shoot for, hopefully, 750 pages read Monday through Friday with a full-time job. And we'll see if we make it. 131 pages down. Let's see how many pages I get to for Tuesday. All right, change of scenery. I am not sitting at my desk. That doesn't happen very often. So today is Thursday. It is 12:30. And I wanted to do a check-in on how many pages I was able to read yesterday. So yesterday, I know I had said that I was planning on going to my daughter's appointment and reading there, and then doing my afternoon reading and all that kind of stuff, and then reading during like lunch and my breaks and all that. That went out the window yesterday because I had a unexpected meeting that required me to be on site in the afternoon. So I had to rush to get dressed and get ready and all that kind of stuff. So I was not able to read during lunch. I also did not go to my daughter's appointment. My husband did that because I had to run some errands after work since I was on that part of town. So I wasn't able to do my 30 minutes of reading during her appointment. So things didn't really go as planned, but I mean, that's realistic situations that happen when you work full time, you have 2 kids and all of that. So I did end up reading though. I did read last night when I was getting my daughter her bedtime routine and all of that. After that was done, I did end up reading and I was able to finish One Dark Window. So I think yesterday I had like about 100 pages left of this book. So I did finish this last night, which is good. I do have a review of this that will be up on, it would have already been up. It's a video that's my reading my favorite books of my favorite booktubers or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the title is, but I do have a review if you would like to know what my thoughts are on One Dark Window. So I did finish this, and then I also did pick up Caraval, which is book 1 of the Caraval trilogy. I did pick this up and I was able to read a little bit yesterday. I'm on the beginning of chapter 4, which is page 35. And so, because I don't want to do math in my head or try to embarrass myself doing math in my head, let's check Goodreads and see how many pages I officially read on Wednesday. So, my little graph says that on Wednesday I read 165 pages, which is actually more than I typically read. I usually sit about the 120 page mark because I usually read from like 9 until like 11 or so. If the book is really engaging, I'll stay up later, but for the most part, read about 120 pages ish, maybe a little bit more for those 2 hours. So I did end up reading 168 pages, which was great. And now I have not picked up this book yet today. I have not read one page today. It is 12:30. I did not read it during lunch because I had things going on, and then I had to vacuum, and I just had stuff going on. So I have not had a chance to read this yet, but I do plan on reading it this afternoon. I am supposed to take my daughter to gymnastics, which is an hour. So hopefully I'll get an hour's worth of reading during gymnastics, and then 2 hours or so of reading tonight after nighttime routine. So hopefully I'll get about 3 hours of reading today. So actually, that works out really well. Hopefully I'm able to get to night 2, which is page 174 of this. I think that's about a little bit less than halfway. So we'll shoot for that. We'll see if I'm able to get to this page today during my 3 hours of hopefully dedicated reading time. So let's see if that happens. All right, we are back. Today is Thursday. I'm sitting in my car because I'm about to go into my office because I have to work on site today. But I did want to do a check-in to talk about how many pages I was able to read yesterday. So yesterday I worked for 9 hours. I worked out. I had a gymnastics with my youngest, and that was pretty much my day. So anything outside of that was potential reading time, but realistically that's not the case because you have dinner and then you have like the bedtime routines and all of that. But I was able to do a bunch of reading yesterday. I was not able to do as much reading as I did the night before, but last night my story graph said that I read 143 pages, and I think I probably would have read more if I would have had my audiobook opened during like lunches and breaks and things. Yesterday during work, I had not a lot of meetings, but I had a lot of stuff that popped up that took me away from like taking my breaks and reading during those breaks. And I also did not read during lunch, and I didn't have my audiobook playing at the same time. So I wasn't able to do as much reading as I typically had anticipated, but that's okay. I still got 143 pages. I am now like about halfway done with my book. So I'm hoping we'll be able to finish it up today because, as you see, we're in a change of atmosphere or scenery or background, whatever you want to call it. But I am sitting in my car because I am in front of my office. It is 7:50. I have 10 minutes. I need to go upstairs so I can go and get ready to do my work. But today I am working for 8 hours because when I work on site, I only work 8 hours. But I work 8 hours, and then, but on the way to work and on the way back from work, I'm going to be listening to, or I have been listening to, my audiobook of Caraval. And so that was going to knock out some pages for today. And then I plan on reading today at lunch, as long as my coworkers are not here. If they are here, they might want to go out to lunch with me, so that means I won't be able to read. But if they are not here, then I'll be able to read during lunch. I will have my AirPods with me, so I might be able to read during work if possible. And then I have a gymnastics class for my oldest, which is an hour long, so I'll be able to listen and read in that class. So I have a lot of opportunities for reading, and then also my nighttime. So hopefully I'll be able to read at least, I would love to get 160 pages. Actually, let me see. How many pages is this book? This book is 426 pages. Nope, that was legendary. Hold on. There's so many at the end of this. Like 400 pages. And I'm on page 177. So I would love to be able to say I get finished with this book today. If I can do all my reading, that would be amazing. So we're going to shoot for finishing this book today, but maybe that won't be the case. We'll see. But we do have a lot of opportunities today to do reading during breaks, lunch, audiobook, to and from work, gymnastics class, and then my nighttime routine. So hopefully I'll be able to knock out at least, I'm not even gonna say, I have no idea, because when I'm working, you have no idea what your day is going to actually be like and if you'll be able to do any reading. So, but we're going to see for today's busy work day what all we're going to be able to get in reading wise. So let's go ahead and go inside and see what we can get into for work. Yay! Love it. I love work. That's so sarcastic. All right, we are back. It is Friday at about 12:30. And I need to turn my fan off because it will be irritating to listen to in the background. But I'm off of work. I ended up working this morning until about 10:30. So it was a little bit later than I originally had planned. But let's talk about what we read yesterday. And let's also talk about what actually went down yesterday. So yesterday morning, the clip you just saw, I was in the parking lot and I had said that I was planning on listening to my audiobook maybe while I was working, and then while I'm at lunch, listening to my audiobook then. All of these plans that literally went down the toilet because I was in a meeting, or multiple meetings, I should say, from 10 o'clock in the morning until 3:30 when I left. I had no lunch. The only lunch I had was a mint. Like, this was my meal yesterday. Luckily, yesterday morning when I got into my office, we have a cafeteria in my building, and I was able to get like a sausage biscuit and a yogurt parfait. So I had that first thing in the morning along with a bunch of coffee. So luckily by the time lunchtime rolled around, my stomach was still kind of full, but come 3 o'clock, my stomach felt way different. It was very hungry. So I got no reading, zero, done the entire day while I was at work, which kind of sucked. But I did end up reading while my daughter was at gymnastics. So I had an hour's worth of reading. And I also, last night, for some reason, I don't know if it's the change of the seasons with pollen or exactly what's going on, I do my bath time routine with my youngest starting at about 8 o'clock, and it goes until about 9 o'clock when she finally gets to go to sleep. Last night at 8 o'clock, I was on the couch reading my book, or listening to my book, I should more accurately say, and I paused so that way I can go and get her ready for her bath time routine and get her ready for the night, and come to find out she was passed out in my bed with my husband. So we didn't do a bath time because she was dead to the world. So I was able to actually read I think I started reading on the couch at about 7, and then I had to take a little break just to get her in her pajamas at 8. But from basically 7 o'clock until about 11:30, I was reading, and I was able to finish Caraval. But yesterday, I read a total of 230 pages. So the last couple of days, I was at like the 160, 140 range. But yesterday, because I had my audiobook and because I was able to read for about 3.5 hours last night, and then also the hour at gymnastics, I got a good chunk of reading done. And so that's how I was able to read 230 pages yesterday. So now that I am done with work, it is after lunch. I am going to be, actually it's 1:15, didn't even realize what time it was. But so it's 1:15. I do leave at 2 o'clock. I have to go and pick up my girls from school. So I will be sitting in the parking lot for about 30 minutes waiting on them, because if I get there any later, there's no parking spots. And it's starting to rain. So there is no walking that I want to do outside. So I'll be reading for about 30 minutes in the car for the girls, waiting to pick them up from school. And then my youngest also has a doctor's appointment for 30 minutes this afternoon, so I'll be reading at that time, and then I'll be doing my nighttime reading. So that is kind of the plan for today. So 230 pages read on Thursday. So I'm going to be doing one more check-in tomorrow morning, and that will be how many pages I'm able to read today. So I know this day might be a little bit different than others who work full-time, because I do have a very flexible schedule. So I don't have to work like 9 to 5 on Friday. I work primarily 10 hours a day on Monday. Actually, no. I work 10 hours on Monday, 9 hours on Tuesday, 10 hours on Wednesday, 8 hours on Thursday, and then I usually work 3 hours on Friday. But that's very I can fluctuate however I need based on like what's going on in my work life versus my home life. So I'm able to adjust my hours however I see fit. So what my schedule is might not be the same as what other people do, but this is just my realistic work week and how many like pages I can get read during a work week working full time. So this might be a little bit different than other people's Fridays, but this is my Friday. So we'll do another check-in tomorrow morning to find out how many pages I'm able to read today, and then give a total page count for the work week. So how many total pages was I able to read from Monday to Friday with my realistic 40-hour work schedule and appointments and things like that. So we're going to jump on the couch right there and do some reading. So I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, it is a couple of days later because I did not record on Saturday. My day just went away with me, so that didn't happen. So it is now Sunday, and I wanted to do a quick little follow-up conclusion for this reading vlog. So on Friday, I did do reading. I started Legendary, and I only got 30 pages. So I know on the clip before this, I had said that it was my half day. I had all these plans for, anytime I make plans for reading, I just need to stop, because my plans never actually pan out. If I say it's going to be an all-day reading day, those are the days I will get nothing done. The days that I'll be like, I'm slammed, I have to do this and this and this and this and this, those are the days I end up reading like 200 plus pages. So why I'm trying to make plans, I don't know, because it makes me a liar every single time. But on Friday, it was my half day. I had every intention of doing some reading after I got done with my work and all of that kind of stuff. So that didn't happen. I literally read 30 pages, but that's okay. It was still 30 pages that I read. So let's do a quick little follow-up, and I'll put on the screen all of the pages that I ended up reading during this realistic work week. So on Monday, I read 131 pages. On Tuesday, I read 165. On Wednesday, I read 143. On Thursday, I read 230. And then on Friday, I read 30, for a grand total of this number of pages. So I will say I really think that's pretty realistic for what kind of goes down for my week. Because I do, like I said, work full time. I've said this many, many, many times during this video, but between me working full time and then having my kids with their appointments and just life that happens, I think that's a pretty realistic number of pages that I had read for the week. I don't know. I will have to wait when I edit, when I do the math, if I actually met my 750 page kind of goal that I wanted. I don't think I did. I think I probably was around the like 500 to 600 page mark, but I mean, it's still, I think that's that's a good quantity for this realistic reading week. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Please, if you have not had a chance, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I do all these vlogs, and I have some really exciting reading videos that I have coming up soon. I have some new releases that I can't wait to do a review on. So definitely, if you have not subscribed, please, 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 please make sure you subscribe. And with that, I will see everybody in my next video. Bye. Hi. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, sit. Can you sit? Core, sit. Sit. Okay. Thanks. Oh. Yes. Oh, hi, Boomer. I'm getting bombarded by dogs. What? Okay. Hi. Hi, sweet boy. Can you sit? Oh, sit. Look. Can you sit? Sit. Look. Look. What? Oh, look at my pretty boy. Don't lick my face, please. Please don't lick my face. Oh, sweet boy. Are you here for the video too? Whoa. Thank you. No licks. Okay. I don't want to be licked. I don't like licks. I don't like licks. Okay. That's enough. Bye.